My name is Adishan Bezari. My metric number is S69906. Today I will do the individual assignment for system element accountancy. So for this assignment, we have to use the access. So first thing we see is we have to make a table for customers, inventory, sales, and sales inventory. So, yes. So let's do it. So, for the customers, put a table field and view here. Type customer. And so in ID here, we put a list there, customer ID, and here we put a short text. Yes. Next is customer name, put a short text too. And this city, short text, state, this is state, short text, and lastly is a credit limit, so currency. Now we must delete the primary key here and going to save. Yes. Now we have our customers. So we move on to the next table, which is our inventory. So for the next table, we must use a create table, and here we have table one. So right click and save as an inventory. Yes. So here we have an inventory table. So and go to design view, put your item ID and short text to description, short text to STD cost. Here we put currency is sorry this price but currency equity 180 on hand. We put numbers. Yes. So now we're gonna same like the one where we did the primary key and save it. So we have two table. One to the sales table, which is a have invoice sales date and so on. So let's do the same like inventory table, which is go to create table. Sorry. Uh, right click and save as a sales. So we have a sales table now. So in here, go to the design view, invoice, just all the thing. So invoice. So here short text, and sales date, time, sales person, short text, customer ID, short text, and amount. Lastly, amount. Amount is a currency. So do the same. We delete the primary key and we save it. Now we have a sales table here. So for the next, lastly is a sales inventory. We go to create again. So we do a save as a sales inventory. Right click on the name and save as a sales inventory. And we click OK. Here we go to design view. Type it all. Invoice, short text, item ID, short text. It's given away and quantity. The number, lastly sales price. Then we do the same, toss the prime key and save it. Check. No. Now we have a portable. Now with this, we must fill in all the data in this file to the access. We'll be right back after I put it on. Thank you. So we back again. So this is the file after we put all this information. So next, actually I already done it. So in this data, I go to design view, which is as you guys can see. First step I was remove the primary key. Now I'm adding on the primary key back and inventory. Yes, go to inventory. design view. Also, I put the primary key for sales. I also put an inventory for invoice. So next, we're gonna do a database tools. Go into the relationship. So in here, what I do, I add in the table. So this is four table. Now we're gonna connect it to each other. Going here. Oh, I forgot. You must remember the items. So this is inventory and sales inventory. Creating new. Going to inventory and sales inventory. So we're gonna connect it with the item ID and the right one, item ID. So here, create. So it's connect now. Same goes for sales inventory and sales invoice. Going to invoice here, create a new one. Going to sales inventory, sales. Going to invoice, also invoice. So we have a tree now. Lastly, we're gonna connect with the customer ID. So here we press the customer ID, create new, going to sales, lastly custom. Here we pick on customer ID, customer ID. We create here the relationship. Now close, clicking back again, so it's safe. So next is we straight to the question. This part is we're gonna do a question. So now I'm gonna explain you and answer all these questions here. So for A is for which item are there at least 100 units in quantity on hand. So in for this question, we must do is go to create and query design. You pick inventory, we pick item ID, description, and lastly quantity on hand. Here we got three here. So in criteria, you must read what they need is at least 100 units in quantity on hand. So we put shift more equal to hundreds. So push the quality design back and run. So this is the answer for number A. This after doing A, now we're gonna answer the question B. What were the item number, price, and quantity of each item sold on invoice number 10? So then you go to create query design. Here we need both, which is sales and sales inventory. In here we must pick invoice, item ID, quantity, and sales price. So after choose of this, put invoice 103 because it says that sold on invoice 103. So after that, go to query design and run it. So this is the answer for number B. Now let's move on to question number C. Which customer made purchase from Martinez? Provide customer name and salesperson. Show customer name only once, even if they purchase from Martinez multiple times. So here we go to rates, query design. So they're looking for customer, right? So customer and sales. Just a bit, yeah. Here we're gonna take a customer name and also a salesperson. So here they're looking for some. So we go here, show and hide total. So we put criteria Martinez. Martinez. So that running. So here the answer for number C. Now let's move on to question number D. So in here, list invoice, sales date, salesperson, customer sales, and amount for invoice who amount is more than 1,500. Sort the amount from largest to smallest. So here we do the same. Go to create query design. Here we include the customers and also sales. So here, so we take a invoice, sales date, salesperson, and customer name. The customer name. So in amount, actually, oh, so actually gonna put descending because it asks you to list list sort amount from largest to smallest. So in here, criteria we put more than 1,500. So we design and run it. So this is the answer for D. Now let's move on to question E. It's a bit confusing. So E is a list invoice item ID, description, sales price, list price, quantity, and compute the extension. Sales price multiple with quantity for all items sold where the sales price is different than the list price. Sort by item ID in descending order. So here we know the same query design. So we put inventory, sales, and sales inventory. So no. Now we gonna put invoice, item ID, description, sales price, list price, quantity. Lastly here we're gonna do some build extension individual assignment, press on individual assignment, table, sales inventory, sales price, multiple with quantity, and close the bracket, close. Okay. So in item ID, we're gonna just here descending, and on the sales price, we just need to down and up this price. Okay. Now we're gonna run it. So this is the answer for E. So let's move on to question F. Compute the profit margin for each item sold. Calculate the profit margin as sales price minus as standard cost. Divide with the sales price, list invoice, sales date, item ID, sales price, quantity, and compute profit margin. Sort by profit margin in descending order. So we're gonna go to create, query design. Here we take inventory, sales inventory. Arrange first. So the first thing we take is invoice, sales date, item ID, sales price, and lastly is quantity. So after the quantity, we must build it. Must build a profit margin. Go to individual assignment again and click on table. First, you must take and sell inventory. Click on sales price minus inventory standard cost divided again sales price. And don't forget to close the bracket. In here, we put descending. Now we're gonna run it. So this is the answer for question F. Okay, now we're going to the question G. Compute the profit for each line of the invoices. Calculate the profit as sales price minus with standard cost, quantity, multiple with quantity. The document that we have to put is an invoice, sales date, item ID, sales price, quantity, and computed profit. Source sort by invoice in ascending, the profit in descending order. So what we need to do is going to create query design and add on the inventory, sales inventory. So we here put sales inventory. At field, we put invoice, sales date, item ID, sales price, quantity, standard cost, standard cost, and next we're gonna build profit. Profit, which is go to assignments, table, sales inventory. Now we're gonna use sales price, then minus with standard cost, up, up, then multiples, multiple with quantity. Back. Okay. And here, I'm gonna put descending, and for invoices, put ascending. So they're saying profit was ascending and profit descending. And where we run. So this is answer for question G. Now let's move on to question H. How many sales transactions were made in October? Name your output column num underscore of and underscore sales. So you have to go to query design again. And this question we're going to use sales So we're looking for the sales date. Sales date in criteria we put between hashtag 1/10/2018 hashtag and hashtag 31/10/2018 hashtag. So okay, now in here I'm gonna build number of sales. So sales count, and we go to the table sales date with the bracket. Here we're gonna have to untick this show at the sales date, and yeah, so this is the answer for H. To question I, so how many customers live in Arizona? This is the state and count of customer. So here we're gonna create a query design same. Now we're gonna only use a customer and using a state for Arizona. So in criteria we should do like this easy, and we build count of customer, count customer, state post the T here. Now click sum, and here take expression, then we run. So this is the answer for I. Now let's move to question J. How many customers live in each state? List the state and count of customers. Sort the list alphabetically by state. It seems goes like I. We create a redesign using only a customer state. So here, after all of this, we move to here. Build customer count. Clicking here, customer state bracket. Then you must create total, and here we go to expressions, and here we put ascending, and then we run it. So this is answer for J. For the last question out, how many units for each item was sold? This item ID, description, and total sold. Sort on total sold in ascending order. We create a query design, and here we're gonna put inventory and sales inventory. Now we already name. Take item ID, descriptions, and quantity. Then press here to click on total. After that, you have to do a little bit change in sum, and it goes to ascending. Then run it. So this is answer for last question L, and this all the answer I have been completed for the individual assignment, and that's all from me. Thank you.